So right now we actually see how Team RWBY have actually decorated their room, which of course episode 9. But we actually going to see which this actually takes place on episode 10, where Weiss decided to test her abilities in a training session during class against a Grim, which she actually doubts Ruby's experience as a leader, which she defeated a Grim. But she tells Ruby that she doesn't believe she can be the team's leader, which of course, talking to Professor Potts about what she would do, which support a leader, in which Ozpin told Ruby that his decision of making her leader doesn't actually isn't a mistake, by which we see in a sparring match, which we see John was defeated by Cardinal Winchester, which during the fact that he doesn't use his aura, which is the energy source of a huntsman and huntress's fighting ability, in which Pyrrha have already logged his aura, which we see Weiss actually saw Pyrrha supporting John, which she actually wonders how he enters the academy. But during the original series in Volume 1, how he cheated his way into Beacon. But she decided to support Ruby as leader. But we knew how John, and this is actually the remake of the series, actually doubting himself as leader, by which the the hallucination of his doubts, which taken the form of him, which of course we see how Ren tried to rake John up for class, but realized that he wasn't responsive. That's when they brought in Shidon Sidon to help because she revealed to be the Nightmare Hunter, which this all is actually in a work of a Grim capable of releasing nightmares, in which his back is covered in veins that look like rose thorns, in which we see how Team Universe decide to enter John's dream, or rather his nightmares, to save him, by which Sion actually using her abilities to actually sending them to his dream, which we see the little string dolls of them, in which they have entered his dream and saving John, in which we see how they saw how he was awake by capturing the Grim and putting the Grim in the jar by turning it into a seed, in which we see how they have actually is relieved that John is alright. But this is the part where we see the last episodes of Volume 1 where Weiss decided to check out the competitors for the final festival, where we see that arc in Volume 3. But they actually was sidetracked because of the dust robbery on yesterday, where there's actually the work of the White Fang, which Blake actually defends them. But just as they are discussing about the White Fang, a stowaway actually appeared, by which we see the appearance of Sun Wukong, which based of the real life god of the same name, which caught the attention of Blake, which they decided to follow him to prove their theory. But they're actually stopped by a mysterious girl, which, of course, Penny actually appeared, by which they actually realize that Sun is a criminal, by which Blake actually defends him, which, of course, she's also a faunus because of the ribbon on her hair, which Sun actually takes notice, which she reveals to him that she's also a White Fang member, in which she wanted to stop the White Fang and from destroying the organization that was supposed to be a peace corps between humans and faunuses, in which Ruby set out to find Blake, by which they've actually stopped the White Fang from from stealing a cargo, by which we see Ruby and Penny find Blake and Sun, in which we see Weiss, who later took things too far or what she said, actually apologized to Blake in accepting her for being a faunus, in which she actually wasn't lying about having bunk beds, but her doubts manifested in which the nightmare grim now affecting Weiss, in which she's now been infected, in which she's now followed into a nightmare. So we see how the nightmare battle actually happens in the new remake, by which we see the end of the volume 1 episodes where we see Sun and Penny appears, which we knew how this actually plays out with the remake of volume 1. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen on the next episode next weekend when Weiss actually enters a nightmare. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment what you think about the episode. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and my Facebook page and Twitch. Until then, this is Anime Guys right here saying sign out. Laters and be safe.